This episode is going to be about mini spy cameras. This is a mini spy camera, and it's called a mini spy camera because it's so small. Obviously, your typical trail cameras are still big and bulky compared to this thing, but it runs on the same principle. It has a sensor that, when triggered, triggers the spy camera to record video. It only does video, and it does have IR lights to see at night. So the good news is you can get nighttime photography with this. The bad or downside to this is that it's still the red visible IR light, and because the very limited amount of IR lights are available, you have a very limited range on what this can actually pick up and see. I would suggest it's only good for about a 10 to 15 foot window that you could actually see something useful out of in that distance. Now, because they're so small, you can actually hide them in places that most of your trail cameras won't fit, like little tree stumps, tree branches, down in the base of the roots of the tree looking up, stuff that you can really hide these really well in. But like I'm going to suggest with most of your cameras and video equipment that you're going to leave out in the woods, to make sure that you can find it later. And one of the key things to do that is to put some type of marker on the tree or somewhere nearby that you can see visually where this is. And then you know which tree this is nearby, or where you left it, or where it should be left. So you always want to be able to find your cameras that recorded the evidence, so you can look at the evidence and review it yourself. It's kind of hard to get better evidence, which is what this whole series is about, if you can't find the camera that has the evidence on it. So be sure to be able to find your cameras. These have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. I would suggest probably charging them every night and then putting them out before nightfall of wherever you want to be, and then go check on them again in the morning and pick them up, and then if you want, review the evidence then, or wait and just recharge it every night. They say it's good for about 10 days, but that's not being in use, and if you put it in a decent spot, you're at least going to get some animals walking through in the videos that they take. The last thing that you want is to set it up in a spot that's really good and it's only got a fourth of a battery power life left, and you think it's good for the rest of the night, and it dies on you, and then you don't know whether you just lost evidence as a result of it. So I would suggest recharging these every night, just to be on the safe side. The mini spy camera can also be used like a nanny cam. Now, because it's small and you can hide it in rather small places, one of the places that you might want to try is stuffed animals. Now, this one, we ended up cutting a little hole in the middle of the chest, so this could actually sit inside of it. And you're like, wow, that's kind of neat. But what we do is we try and set this out on a tree stump or on our picnic table even, and leave it overnight, to where if something comes in to investigate it, we put the back towards where we think it would come up from. So if they actually grab it to see what it is and turn it, the grabbing motion is going to let the motion sensors go off and start recording, but hopefully it's not until they turn it toward their face that they're going to see the red IR light, to where you're hopefully going to catch that great face shot that everyone's looking for. I think it's going to take something like this, or this type of technique, in order to get the great money shot that everyone wants. And I think it's a good idea. I mean, it only makes sense that if they're that curious and you don't want to scare them off, it's going to take something like this to get that. So please feel free to take that idea or use something similar and let me know how it works out. And that's my views on spy cameras. I hope you take these views and explanations out on your next hunt. Please leave a comment if these videos have helped you get more or better evidence. Please watch my other videos, and I thank you for your time.